day, whether you like it or not. Because right now, it's not your situation holding you back, it's the little deals you keep making with yourself. I'll start tomorrow. I'll take it easy today. I deserve a break. And it sounds harmless until you realize that's been your routine for years. So forget motivation. It comes and goes. What you need is a line in the sand. For the next 90 days, you don't argue with the work. You don't negotiate with comfort. You just do what needs to be done. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Most days you won't. That's the point. Because this isn't about feeling good. It's about becoming someone who doesn't fold when it gets hard. So really think about it. 90 days from now, are you going to look back and recognize growth or realize you ran the same loop again? Because the clock's moving either way. The only question is, are you? Most people never go all in, but you have to. Everyone wants something bigger, a stronger body, more money in their account, respect when they walk into a room, power over their time, freedom over their life. That part is universal, but here's what separates you from the life you say you want. Most people only want it in theory. They like the idea of discipline, they like the feeling of motivation, they like talking about change, but they never step into the version of themselves that actually earns it, because the second it stops feeling good, they hesitate. The second it demands sacrifice, they pull back. The second it gets quiet, lonely, repetitive, they disappear. Not because they're weak, but because they're still protecting comfort. And comfort is subtle. It doesn't scream at you. It whispers, skip today. You deserve a break. Start tomorrow. Just this once. And if you listen long enough, that voice becomes your life. Weeks pass, months pass, nothing changes. Not because you're incapable, but because you never fully committed. You were interested, you were excited, but you were never all in, and there's a difference. Interest works when it's convenient. Commitment shows up when it's not. Interest depends on mood. Commitment ignores it. Interest stops when it gets uncomfortable. Commitment leans into it. That's the line most people never cross, because going all in is not motivational. It's not hype. It's not dopamine. It's not a highlight reel. It's repetition. It's pressure. It's doing the same hard thing over and over again, without applause, without validation, without immediate results. It's waking up early when your body feels heavy. It's working when your mind is begging for distraction. It's choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. Again and again and again. And here's the truth most people avoid. You don't drift into greatness. You force yourself into it through standards, through discipline, through decisions that most people refuse to make consistently. Because every time you choose comfort, you reinforce the version of you that stays stuck. But every time you push through resistance, you build someone dangerous, someone focused, someone controlled, someone who doesn't need motivation to move. And that version of you, he only shows up when you go all in, not halfway, not I'll try, not let's see what happens. All in means you cut the nonsense. You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop leaving doors open for distraction. You stop giving yourself the option to fall back, because as long as there's an exit, you'll take it. That's human nature. So you remove the exit, you burn the excuse, you raise the standard, you decide that the old version of you doesn't get a vote anymore. That's when things shift. Not slowly, fast. Your focus sharpens because it has to. Your actions become precise because there's no room for waste. Your identity starts changing because you're finally acting like the man you said you wanted to be. And suddenly, you're not stuck anymore. You're moving. While everyone else is still thinking, planning, hesitating, you're executing daily, relentless, unapologetic. This is where most people fall off, because this level of intensity exposes everything. Your habits, your discipline, your excuses, your mindset. There's nowhere to hide when you go all in. But that's exactly why it works. Because it forces you to face yourself. No distractions, no lies, no later, just action, just standards, just truth. And now let's bring it back to you. Not people, not society, not most men. You. Look at your life honestly. Where are you still playing safe? Where are you giving half effort but expecting full results? Where are you stopping the moment it gets uncomfortable? Because that right there, that's the gap. That's why you're not where you want to be. Not lack of time, not lack of knowledge, lack of full commitment. You don't need another plan. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to figure it out. You need to decide. Decide that this version of you is done. Decide that average is no longer acceptable. Decide that excuses don't belong in your life anymore. And once you decide, back it up with action, aggressive action, daily action, non-negotiable action. Because the truth is simple, whether you like it or not. You already know what to do. You're just not doing it at the level required. Yet. So this is your line, right here. You either keep living half committed, or you step into a version of yourself that most people will never become. No middle ground, no safety net. Just you, and how far you're willing to go. Go all in, or stay exactly where you are. 90 days of focus is a weapon. 90 days, not forever. Not some fantasy version of you that starts next year. Not when you feel ready, motivated, inspired. 90 days. That's all the time it takes to separate yourself from who you've been and become someone unrecognizable. Because let's stop pretending. You don't have a time problem. You don't have a resource problem. You have a focus problem. Your energy is leaking into distractions, into cheap dopamine, into things that give you nothing back. You start strong, then drift. You plan big, then hesitate. You want more, but you move like it doesn't matter. And that's why nothing changes. Not because you can't win, but because you're not locked in long enough to see it happen. But this is where it ends. Because you're about to do something most people are too weak to commit to. Sustained focus. Relentless execution. No escape. For 90 days, you don't live like everyone else. You don't wake up and see how you feel. You wake up and attack. Your mornings aren't slow, they're sharp. Your actions aren't random, they're intentional. Your mindset isn't emotional, it's controlled. You don't negotiate with distractions, you eliminate them. You don't cut back on bad habits, you destroy them. Because average people try to balance everything. Winners, they obsess. For 90 days, your life becomes simple. There is the mission, and everything else is irrelevant. No wasted conversations, no meaningless scrolling, no fake productivity. If it doesn't build you, it's gone. And yeah, it's going to feel extreme good, because extreme focus creates extreme results. While everyone else is relaxing, you're sharpening your edge. While they're distracted, you're building momentum. While they're talking, you're stacking wins quietly. That's how dominance is built, in silence, in repetition, in days that look boring, but are executed perfectly. Because understand this, success isn't one big moment, it's 100 small decisions made correctly, in a row. And most people break that chain. They get uncomfortable, they get distracted, they get weak for a moment, and that moment costs them everything. But you don't break. You don't fold the second it gets hard, because you expect it to get hard. That's the difference. Around day 7, your brain will beg for comfort. Around day 14, the excitement fades. Around day 21, doubt creeps in. This is too much. Maybe I can slow down. I'll take a day off. No, that's the old version of you trying to survive. Kill that voice. Because around day 30, you start to feel control. Around day 45, you build identity. Around day 60, you become disciplined. Around day 75, you become relentless. And by day 90, you're operating at a level your old self wouldn't even recognize. Your standards are higher. Your habits are tighter. Your mind is quieter, but more dangerous. You don't chase motivation anymore. You execute whether you feel like it or not. That's power. That's control. That's what makes you different. And here's the truth. Nobody tells you this isn't just about results. It's about who you become in the process. Because when you prove to yourself that you can lock in for 90 days, distractions lose their grip. Excuses lose their power. Comfort loses its control over you. You stop being someone who wants things and become someone who takes them. That's a different level of man. So don't water this down. Don't make it manageable. Don't turn it into another half-effort attempt. Go all in. Burn the distractions. Cut the noise. Tighten your circle. Raise your standards. Make your life uncomfortable on purpose. Because comfort is what's been keeping you average. And average? That's the slowest death there is. You weren't built to drift. You weren't built to scroll your life away. You were built to dominate your time, your habits, your mindset. But that only happens when you take control. So here's the line. For the next 90 days, you don't hesitate. You don't negotiate. You don't step back. You move forward every day, no matter what, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when nobody is watching, especially then. Because that's where the real work is done. That's where discipline is forged. That's where you separate yourself from everyone who talks but never becomes. So choose. Stay distracted, stay average, stay stuck, or lock in. Cut everything that doesn't serve you. Turn your focus into a weapon so sharp it slices through every excuse, every doubt, every limitation you've been hiding behind. 90 days, no shortcuts, no excuses, no retreat, just pressure, just discipline, just results. Now move, and don't stop until your life looks nothing like it does today. Your mind will try to betray you. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't supposed to feel good. If it did, everyone would be unstoppable. At some point in these 90 days, your own mind will turn into your biggest enemy. Not your circumstances, not other people, not lack of time, your mind. And it won't come at you aggressively. It won't scream. It will come in calm, controlled, convincing. It will sound like you. Take a break. You've pushed enough. Just skip today. You'll come back stronger tomorrow. You need balance. And that's the trap. Because it doesn't sound weak. It sounds smart, measured, even justified. But don't get fooled. That's not intelligence. That's your comfort zone. Fighting for survival. That's the version of you that wants ease. Trying to pull you back into average. Because every time you push past your limits, you threaten the identity you've been living in. And your brain, it hates that. It wants familiar. It wants safe. It wants predictable. Even if safe means staying stuck. So it creates excuses that feel logical, so you don't resist them. And most people, they fall for it. They slow down. They ease up. They take one day off. And that one day turns into a week. That week turns into starting over again and again and again. Same cycle, different excuse. That's how people stay trapped for years. Not because they don't want more, but because they keep listening to the wrong voice. So if you're serious about becoming someone else in 90 days, you have to draw a line, a hard one. You don't negotiate with weakness. You don't debate it. You don't sit there trying to understand it. You shut it down immediately, cold, because the longer you entertain it, the stronger it gets. Hesitation is its weapon. Action is yours. You move before the excuse finishes forming. You act before doubt fully lands. You execute, even when your mind is dragging behind you, especially then. Because discipline isn't built when everything feels aligned. Discipline is built in conflict, in resistance, in that exact moment where your body feels heavy, your mind feels foggy, and everything inside you is saying, not today. And you answer back with action. That's power. That's control. That's where the shift happens. Understand this. Every time you obey that weak voice, you vote for the version of yourself that stays stuck. Every time you override it, you vote for the version of yourself that wins. This is identity built decision by decision, moment by moment, and it compounds. At first it's hard, brutal even. You'll feel resistance every single day, but if you keep overriding, something changes. That voice, it gets quieter, weaker, less convincing, and your actions, they get sharper, faster, more automatic. You stop thinking so much, you just move. That's when you become dangerous. Because now you're not relying on motivation. You're not waiting for the perfect mood. You've built something stronger, standards, non-negotiables, a line you don't cross no matter how you feel. And once you reach that level, you're not fighting yourself anymore, you're in control. And that's rare, because most people spend their whole lives being controlled by how they feel in the moment. You won't, not anymore. So when that voice shows up, and it will, trying to slow you down, trying to soften you, trying to pull you back into comfort, recognize it for what it is. Not truth, not logic, not you, just weakness trying one last time to survive. And your job is simple: ignore it, move anyway, execute with zero emotion, because in these 90 days, you're not here to feel good, you're here to become someone else, stronger, sharper, relentless. And that transformation, it happens the moment you stop listening and start doing every single time. After 90 days, you're not the same man. If you actually go all in, I'm talking about full commitment, where your actions match your words every single day. Then something shifts, not just around you, inside you. Because at first, those 90 days feel like a fight. You're forcing discipline, dragging yourself out of bed, pushing through resistance. It feels heavy. But somewhere along the way, it stops feeling forced and starts feeling like who you are. That's when everything changes. You're not chasing motivation anymore. You're operating on standards. You don't debate with your feelings. You don't wait to get in the mood. You move because that's what you do now. And that shift, that's power. Because most men are controlled by how they feel. You won't be. You'll be the one who executes when it's inconvenient, who shows up when it's uncomfortable, who finishes when it's boring, and that alone separates you. But it goes deeper than that. After 90 days, you don't just see progress, you see proof. Proof that you can build structure in chaos. Proof that you can stay locked in while others fall off. Proof that you can keep promises to yourself. And once a man has proof, he becomes hard to stop. Doubt loses its voice. Because every time it tries to speak, you've got evidence to shut it down. You've already done the work. You've already endured the pressure. You know what you're capable of now. So your confidence isn't loud. It's certain. It's quiet, calm, unshakable. You don't need to talk big. Your habits speak for you. Your discipline speaks for you. Your results speak for you. And people notice. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because consistency is rare. Focus is rare. Execution is rare. You become the man who finishes what he starts. The man who doesn't disappear after a week. The man who doesn't negotiate with weakness. And here's where it gets real. After 90 days, your tolerance changes. What used to feel hard now feels normal. What used to distract you now feels pointless. What used to satisfy you now feels small. You outgrow your old life. Same environment, same people, same opportunities. But you're not the same. Your standards are higher, your time is tighter, your focus is sharper, and because of that, you start moving differently. You think long-term, you act with intention. You cut what doesn't serve you fast. No drama, no hesitation, just decisions. That's what discipline gives you, clarity. And once you have clarity, you stop drifting. You start directing. Your life becomes something you build, not something you react to. And maybe the most important part is this: you develop self-respect, not the fake kind from talking big, but the real kind that comes from doing hard things when nobody's watching, from staying consistent.